Today's video is about confidence, and it's using a tool that is in my book. So how often do you tell yourself that you can't do something or that you wouldn't be any good? And I expect that you can provide evidence for it as well. You know, the one time you made a mistake, the one time you tripped over on the way into a meeting, the one time you forgot someone's name. And from all of those things, we can start to doubt all our abilities and worth. Meanwhile, you completely forget the thousands of times you got things absolutely right, walked without falling over, and successfully introduced people to each other. The great thing is you can begin to reprogram yourself to look at the positives, at the great stuff you've done. And confidence is also about recognizing that you have something unique to offer, not necessarily better, finer, more brilliant than anyone else, but simply unique to you. And I'm sure that you, like me, have also had those moments when you've thought, why me? Why are they asking me to do this? Or you're about to pick up the phone and you're thinking, oh, who am I to ask this person to help me? You know, the kind of conversations that go into our heads. So what I'd like to do is to share with you a little tool that I often use with clients, the alphabet game. Now, this is a fun little tool which may seem a little bit silly on the face of it, but that's kind of slightly the point. It's fun and seemingly frivolous, but it can uncover some real nuggets of gold. So what's going to happen is you're going to go through the alphabet, and for each letter you will find a positive word to describe yourself. Like most games, there are rules. As I say, all the words must be positive, and you preface every word with I am. So for example, I am amazing, I am brilliant, I am courageous, and so on. You're going to do it quite quickly. The letters are going to be coming up and you're going to get 2 seconds per letter. The speed generates energy so that you don't have time to think or debate with yourself about a word. You just have to go with what comes. If you can't think of something for a letter, don't fret. Just go to the next one. It's a game. That's the point. So don't stress it. Don't judge the words, whether it's a good word or a bad word. Just go with whatever comes. So, if you're ready, we're going to start now. And there you go. Have a look back and see, were there any words that came up for you that were a surprise? Because all these words come from somewhere. Now, sometimes what happens when people do this the first time is that they do find that negative words jump up. Don't stress about it. The more that you do this, the more you will find that if a negative word does pop up, you can just go, okay, fine, out of the way, I'm going to put another word in instead. So don't fret about it. What you can do, of course, is that you can be more considered. You can write down the alphabet and you can choose very deliberately which words you put down, and you can have that at the back of the sketchbook or in your phone so that when you need a boost, you can just read your list. But there is something about doing it spontaneously which is interesting, because it will often throw up a different set of words and you find out more and more about yourself. Again, this is a little game that you can play anywhere. You can do this before you're picking up a phone to a gallery and you're thinking, oh, why me? Why am I the person to speak to them? So it gives you a bit of a confidence boost. Something that's interesting is sometimes a word that comes up isn't a word that you might think of. So I had a client who came up with, for X, said xylophone. And they said, well, I'm noisy and I'm happy, and it just feels like a right word. The great thing is there's no judgment, because you're only going to do this for yourself. So therefore, play with it, have fun.